They say Paris is always a good idea, but with so many places to see and things to do, how do you know where to begin? In this video, I'll take you through the 10 absolute must-see attractions in Paris, and as a bonus, I've added 3 extra spots that most tourists overlook, but locals absolutely love. If you want to see the best of the City of Light, stay right here. The Louvre, home of the Mona Lisa, and so much more. Start your Paris journey at the cultural heartbeat of the city, the Louvre Museum. With its glass pyramid rising from the historic palace courtyard, the Louvre isn't just the most visited museum in Paris. It's the most visited museum in the world, attracting over 8 million visitors every year. And once you're inside, it's easy to see why. Sure, the Mona Lisa is here. And yes, she's worth seeing, even if you'll be sharing the moment with a crowd. But the Louvre holds more than 35,000 works of art on display, from the Venus de Milo to the Winged Victory of Samothrace, from Egyptian mummies to massive Napoleonic canvases. It's not just a museum, it's a journey through 5,000 years of human creativity. Planning tip. Book your tickets in advance. Really, some dates sell out months ahead of time, especially in spring and summer. You don't want to come all the way to Paris and miss out. To make things easy, just scan the QR code on the screen or click the link in the video description to grab your tickets now. But what if your chosen date is already sold out? Don't panic. Here are a few tricks to still get in. Check again in the morning. The official ticket site is often updated between 9 a.m. and 10 a.m. with cancellation slots. A little persistence pays off. Look for combination tickets. Packages that include a guided tour or a Seine river cruise sometimes still have availability, even when regular tickets are gone. Go on a Wednesday or Friday night. The museum stays open until 9:30 p.m. on those days, and it's usually quieter, both inside the galleries and on the booking calendar. Whether you stay for 2 hours or an entire afternoon, the Louvre will leave an impression. It's not just a place to visit, it's a place to remember. The Eiffel Tower. Go all the way to the top. No matter how many times you've seen it in pictures, nothing prepares you for the first moment you see the Eiffel Tower in real life. It rises above Paris with elegant steel arms, shimmering by day and sparkling at night. Built in 1889 for the World's Fair, what was once called an eyesore is now the ultimate symbol of Paris, and for good reason. The tower has 3 levels. The first floor has a glass floor and immersive exhibits. The second floor offers some of the best views for photos, especially of the Seine and the Champs de Mars. And the summit, 276 meters high, is simply breathtaking. From there, Paris stretches out in all directions like a living map. You can spot the Arc de Triomphe, Montmartre, the Louvre, even the distant hills beyond the city. You can either take the elevators or, if you're feeling adventurous, walk up the 674 steps to the second floor, then continue by elevator to the summit. Your legs might burn, but the view will be your reward. Do I need to book in advance? Yes! The Eiffel Tower is one of the most visited monuments in the world, with more than 7 million people per year trying to make their way up. Tickets to the summit often sell out weeks in advance, especially during high season. So if you want to guarantee your spot, especially if you're set on going to the top, you absolutely need to book in advance. Scan the QR code on screen or click the link in the description to reserve your time slot. Trust me, it'll save you hours of waiting in line or the disappointment of missing out altogether. Extra tips for visiting the Eiffel Tower. Go early or go late. Early mornings are peaceful, while evenings give you the magic of the city lighting up below. Plus, the tower itself sparkles every hour on the hour after dark. It's pure magic. Skip the line tickets or guided tours are a great option if you hate queues, and they sometimes include access when regular tickets are sold out. Whether it's your first visit or your 10th, the Eiffel Tower never loses its magic. It's more than just a monument, it's a feeling. And once you're up there, with all of Paris at your feet, you'll understand exactly why it's so iconic. If you enjoyed this video so far, give it a like And don't forget to subscribe to the Traveler's Atlas for more city adventures, travel tips, and inspiration from around the world. Palace of Versailles, a day trip into royal splendor. Just a short train ride from Paris lies a place that redefines the word extravagance, the Palace of Versailles. Once the home of King Louis XIV, the so-called Sun King, Versailles isn't just a palace. It's a symbol of absolute monarchy and over-the-top grandeur. From the moment you pass through the ornate golden gates, you step into a world of marble halls, gilded ceilings, and endless corridors where kings and queens once ruled, danced, and plotted. The highlight? Without a doubt, the legendary Hall of Mirrors, a 73-meter-long gallery lined with crystal chandeliers and mirrors that reflect the sunlight in every direction. This is where the Treaty of Versailles was signed in 1919, ending World War I. Standing there, surrounded by history and luxury, gives you goosebumps. But the real magic starts when you step outside. The gardens of Versailles are vast, formal, and utterly mesmerizing. Fountains, sculptures, tree-lined walkways, and secret groves stretch across nearly 800 hectares. You can spend hours, even a whole day, exploring the grounds, renting a rowboat on the Grand Canal, or biking between fountains that dance to classical music in summer. Do I need to book in advance? Absolutely. Versailles draws over 7 million visitors a year, and yes, tickets can and do sell out, especially during weekends, holidays, and peak tourist season. If you want to make the most of your visit and avoid standing in long queues at the entrance, it's strongly recommended to book your tickets in advance. Just scan the QR code on screen or click the link in the description to choose your date and time slot. Trust me, you don't want to show up without a reservation and risk losing half your day. Extra tips for visiting Versailles. Arrive early. The palace opens around 9 a.m., and the earlier you get there, the fewer crowds you'll face inside the royal apartments. Don't skip the gardens. Entry to the gardens is free on most days, but on musical fountain days, usually weekends from spring to fall, you'll need a special ticket, which is 100% worth it. Consider a guided tour. You'll get access to private rooms and learn the hidden stories behind the glamour. Versailles is a time machine. It takes you back to an age of kings and queens, opulence, and revolution, all just 45 minutes from central Paris. It's not just a day trip. It's a journey into another world. Bonus 1. Opera Garnier, the Phantom's Palace of Elegance. While you're diving into opulence, don't skip the Opera Garnier. This stunning opera house is one of the most beautiful buildings in Paris. It inspired the Phantom of the Opera, and when you step inside, you'll understand why. Even if you don't catch a show, just walking through the golden halls and grand staircase feels like stepping into another era. Musée d'Orsay, Impressionist heaven in a train station. If you thought the Louvre was impressive, just wait until you step inside Musée d'Orsay. This museum might be smaller than the Louvre, but for many visitors, especially art lovers, it's even more memorable. Why? Because it's home to the world's greatest collection of Impressionist and post-Impressionist art. Think Monet, Renoir, Degas, Cézanne, Van Gogh. They're all here. But let's talk about the building itself. One of the most iconic spots is the giant clock window on the top floor. A perfect place to pause, take in the view over the Seine, and snap a photo that feels timeless. You can buy tickets at the door, but to avoid the long ticket lines, it's highly recommended to book in advance, especially during weekends and high season. Whether you're an art buff or just curious, the Musée d'Orsay hits differently. It's where the beauty of the space matches the brilliance of the art, and where you'll probably fall in love with Impressionism if you haven't already. Seine River Cruise, Paris from the water. Here's something timeless, almost cinematic, about seeing Paris from the water. As your boat glides over the gentle current of the Seine River, the city reveals itself from a whole new angle. No traffic, no honking cars, just the soft ripple of water and the sound of Parisian life in the background. Whether you sail by day, when sunlight sparkles on the surface, or at night, when monuments light up like scenes from a dream, this is one of the most relaxing and romantic ways to explore the city. A typical Seine cruise lasts about an hour, but in that short time, you'll pass by many of Paris's most iconic landmarks. The Eiffel Tower, the Notre-Dame Cathedral, the ornate Pont Alexandre III, the Louvre, the Musée d'Orsay. And if you're lucky enough to cruise at sunset, the way the golden light hits the buildings and bridges, it's like watching a painting come to life. The Moulin Rouge, a night of Parisian glamour. Ready for a little razzle-dazzle? Then, welcome to the Moulin Rouge, the beating heart of Parisian nightlife for over a century. With its iconic red windmill spinning above the rooftops of Montmartre, the Moulin Rouge isn't just a cabaret, it's a legend. Since 1889, it has served up sequins, feathers, champagne, and high-kicking dancers in a spectacle that's part performance, part time machine. When you step inside, you enter a velvet-draped world of Belle Époque elegance. The lights dim, the music starts, and suddenly you're surrounded by glitter, glamour, and energy that fills the entire room. The show, called Père, is a whirlwind of acrobatics, comedy, dazzling costumes, and of course, the world-famous French can-can. Do I need to book in advance? Absolutely. The Moulin Rouge isn't just famous, it's consistently sold out, especially on weekends and during holidays. Scan the QR code on screen or click the link in the description to see available dates and times. If this is on your Paris bucket list, and it really should be, make sure to book your tickets well in advance, preferably a few weeks before your trip. Extra tips for visiting the Moulin Rouge. Dress to impress. No need for a tuxedo, but smart casual or evening attire is expected. Avoid shorts or sneakers. This is a place where elegance is part of the fun. Arrive 30 to 45 minutes early to get the best seats and settle in with a drink. Photography and video are not allowed during the show, so put the phone away and enjoy the moment. The Moulin Rouge is theatrical, over the top, and pure entertainment. A celebration of music, movement, and that unmistakable Parisian flair. Whether you're with a partner, friends, or even solo, it's a night you'll talk about for years to come. The Catacombs, beneath the streets of Paris. Now for something darker. Literally, beneath the elegant boulevards and romantic cafes of Paris lies a hidden world most tourists never imagine. The Catacombs, a macabre underground labyrinth lined with the bones of over 6 million Parisians. The descent begins with a narrow spiral staircase, leading 20 meters underground. The temperature drops, the light dims, and suddenly, you're walking through dim stone tunnels where walls are made entirely of human bones. Skulls, femurs, tibias, stacked in patterns, some even forming crosses and symbols. These bones aren't random. They were moved here in the late 18th century, when Paris's overflowing cemeteries were causing serious public health issues. The result? A silent, eerie ossuary that stretches for over almost a mile, deep below the surface. It's spooky, yes, but also hauntingly beautiful. There's something respectful, even reverent about the way the remains are displayed. And walking among them, you can't help but reflect on the layers of history and mortality, literally beneath your feet. Do I need to book in advance? Definitely. The Catacombs may seem like a hidden gem, but they're actually one of the most popular attractions in Paris, with strict limits on the number of visitors allowed inside at any given time. Tickets often sell out days or even weeks in advance, especially in high season. So if this dark slice of history is on your Paris list, make sure to book early. You can scan the QR code on screen or click the link in the description to check availability and reserve your time slot. Extra tips for visiting the catacombs. Only 200 people are allowed inside at a time, so even with a ticket, you may have to wait if you arrive late. The visit takes about 45 minutes to 1 hour and involves 131 steps down and 112 steps back up. Not accessible for those with limited mobility. Audio guides or guided tours offer fascinating context and are worth the extra few euros. The catacombs aren't your typical Paris attraction. They're quiet, eerie, and unforgettable, a moment of reflection in a city often defined by its light and beauty. Bonus 2. Montmartre and Sacré-Cœur, village charm with a view. After the darkness of the catacombs, it's time for something lighter, Montmartre. This hilltop neighborhood feels like a village within the city. Street artists, cobblestone alleys, cafes where Picasso once sipped wine. At the top, the white domes of the Sacré-Cœur Basilica, and one of the most breathtaking views of Paris. It's free, it's romantic, and it's picture-perfect. The Notre-Dame Cathedral, reborn from the ashes. For over 850 years, this Gothic masterpiece has stood watch over the Seine, its twin towers rising proudly above the Île de la Cité. It's not just a cathedral. It's the spiritual heart of Paris, a monument to faith, art, and survival. In April 2019, the world watched in horror as flames engulfed its wooden roof and iconic spire. But now, after years of meticulous restoration, Notre-Dame is finally back, more beautiful than ever. The cathedral's flying buttresses, pointed arches, and gargoyles are all still here, carefully cleaned, reinforced, and returned to their former glory. The breathtaking rose windows, some dating back to the 13th century, survived the fire and now shine even more vividly thanks to expert conservation. Stepping inside feels like entering a sacred, timeless space. Light filters through stained glass onto ancient stone. The air carries centuries of music, prayer, and silence. Whether you're religious or not, the atmosphere is deeply moving. Climb the towers. If you're up for it, and tickets are available, climb the towers. After a steep spiral staircase, 387 steps, no elevator, you're rewarded with incredible views over Paris, the Seine winding below, the Eiffel Tower in the distance, and the rooftops of the left bank spread out before you. Entry to the cathedral itself is free, but access to the towers is limited, and reservations are strongly recommended, especially now that it has reopened and the world wants to see it. Click the link in the description to check availability and reserve your tower climb. Notre Dame has seen centuries of kings, revolutions, weddings, wars, and fire. But it stands once more, reminding us of the power of restoration, beauty, and hope. If Paris has a soul, it lives here. Champs-Élysées. Shop, stroll, and soak up the vibes. If Paris is the world's fashion capital, then the Champs-Élysées is its runway. This 1.2-mile-long boulevard is more than just a shopping street. It's a Parisian institution. Locals and tourists alike come here to shop, stroll, linger at cafes, or simply soak up the energy of the city. You'll find everything from luxury fashion houses like Louis Vuitton and Cartier to more accessible brands like Zara, Nike, and Sephora. Whether you're on a spree or just browsing, there's something exciting about walking past iconic storefronts with the Eiffel Tower just a few blocks away. A street with history. The Champs-Élysées isn't just about commerce. It's steeped in history. Napoleon's armies marched here in triumph. The Tour de France ends here every year. And every Bastille Day, it becomes the stage for a grand military parade. It's where Parisians gather to celebrate, to protest, and to come together. Its name, meaning Elysian Fields, refers to the resting place of heroes in Greek mythology. Fitting for a street that has seen centuries of grandeur. Tips for visiting the Champs-Élysées. Shops are generally open 7 days a week, often from 10 a.m. to 8 or 9 p.m., even on Sundays. Watch out for pickpockets, especially around the Arc de Triomphe. It's a tourist hotspot. In the description under this video, you can find the anti-theft backpack we use, and also other tools that help you stay safe during your holiday. Whether you're hunting for haute couture or just enjoying the view, the Champs-Élysées offers that perfect blend of glamour, history, and pure Parisian style. Père Lachaise Cemetery, where legends rest. Visiting a cemetery might not be the first thing that comes to mind when you think of Paris. But Père Lachaise isn't just any cemetery. It's a place of quiet reflection, winding cobblestone paths, moss-covered statues, and stories carved in stone. In a city known for light, this is where you feel its depth. Opened in 1804 with over 70,000 tombs, Père Lachaise is now the largest cemetery in Paris and the most visited cemetery in the world. And once you're there, you'll understand why. And then there are the names. Jim Morrison, his grave modest but always surrounded by flowers, candles, and handwritten notes from fans. Edith Piaf, the voice of France, resting in eternal silence. Oscar Wilde, whose tomb, once kissed by admirers in lipstick, now stands behind protective glass, covered in quotes and tributes. Frédéric Chopin, composer of emotion, laid to rest with grace and music still echoing in the minds of visitors. Each of them tells a story, and they're not alone. You'll also find painters, poets, philosophers, war heroes, scientists, and forgotten souls, all gathered here in stone and silence. Tip: use a grave finder app or join a guided tour to make sure you don't miss the most iconic tombs and to learn the hidden stories behind them. Père Lachaise is haunting, yes, but it's also beautiful, timeless, and profoundly human. In a city that celebrates life so vividly, this is where you come to feel its echoes and meet the legends who helped shape its soul. Bonus 3. Galeries Lafayette Rooftop, free view over Paris. Want a free secret viewpoint? Head to the Galeries Lafayette department store. Inside, it's luxury fashion heaven, but up on the rooftop terrace, you'll find one of the best panoramic views in town, and it's completely free. Grab a coffee, snap a few photos, and soak it all in. So, that's Paris. 10 unforgettable landmarks, and 3 bonus gems to make your trip extra special. And if you're planning a trip to Paris, scan this QR code to get our free downloadable travel guide that contains all these locations, tips, and much more about Paris. In the description below, I've also added links to skip-the-line tickets and guided tours for an unforgettable trip to Paris. Bon voyage. And remember, in Paris, the best moments are often the ones you don't plan. Still curious about Paris? Click right here to discover even more hidden spots, local tips, and experiences that most tourists completely miss. Because Paris isn't just a checklist, it's a city to feel. Wherever you go, travel smart, travel slow, and make it unforgettable. À bientôt, and see you in the next adventure.